Hi everyone, welcome to Max's Mad Mythic Mercenaries presented by Arbitrary Hero. I am your friendly substitute Dungeon Master Cameron. Today I am here to play a game of Dungeons and Dragons with my friends, but before we do, I wanted to make sure I shouted out our Extra Life campaign at Arbitrary Hero. We believe in giving back to the community around us, and part of that is our annual Extra Life campaign. We raise money for Cincinnati Children's Hospital each year. This year, in addition to our normal prizes and challenges, we got a bunch of Dungeons and Dragons prizes and donation incentives. So we want to shout out and thank our sponsors, Hero Forge, D&D Beyond, DM's Guild, and Tessie Dream Jar have all donated. We have more than $1,000 worth of prizes. You can get custom 3D printed Hero Forge minis. You can get multi-$100 worth of D&D source books and adventure books from D&D Beyond. DM's Guild has given us gift codes for their third-party modules, and then Tessie has offered to do full art, full character art, full color commissions on our behalf. So we want to thank everyone, and we hope you check out the link below when you get an opportunity to do so. You can raise some money to help some sick children and win some D&D prizes for yourself. With that out of the way, let's say hi to our group of adventurers. How's everyone doing today?
Yeah.
Friendly DM, he says.
Probably
Friendly DM.
hungover.
He says
He's
friendly.
killed like all.
DM, and it sounds
Yeah,
like
at some point we've all gone down.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I haven't. I'm live and kicking. Haven't died.
So
Me neither. I wonder which
I
one
wonder
is
how
his
that is.
fiance.
last
Yeah.
time,
We're just friends.
last time we played, the grand opening of the Troll Skull Tavern happened. You got the new sign up. There was a line outside. There was snuff powder and crushed up crystalline chardonnay being snorted aplenty. Everyone had a really good time. You all did make Constitution saving throws last time you partied. So we're going to see the consequences of your parting ways and how you spent the rest of the evening. We're going to start with Spev, Sprocket, Spacklestick. Spev, you actually retired a little early last night. On Elliot the 19th, you went late into the night, but you were working with your friend and mentor Valletta and your rival / maybe I'm reading too much into it, but maybe there's a little sexual tension there. Jelzar,
perhaps.
You three were kind of working hard through the night analyzing this nimble right detector. But one thing that Jelzar did give to you before he left, but for you to get your sleep, go into your inventory and please add. Jelzar gave you, he said, hey man, like, I know you're getting into some real shit, and if you ever need an escape plan, I want you to have this. And he gives you a scroll. Look up Jelzar's Gate to the Halls of Justice scroll.
Jelzar's Gate to the Halls. Okay, cool.
That item, why don't you read to everyone how that works, and I'll make sure it's clear.
This scroll contains a modified gate spell. This gate spell can be cast by any reader. It creates a portal linking a space within 20 feet in a diameter centered on the reader to link to portal in Jelzar's laboratory beneath the Halls of Justice in Waterdeep. The portal manifests as a magic circle around the reader. When the reader successfully completes the modified gate spell, anything inside the magic circle is teleported to Jelzar's lab. To successfully cast the modified gate spell, the reader must spend an action to roll to roll a DC 25 spell attack. So I have to roll to actually get this thing to function.
Yes. So
okay.
But if you notice, every turn that you keep attempting, it gets easier and easier. So it's essentially
cool.
Got a little countdown timer. So maybe it works on the first time, but if not, it'll get easier and easier. There's also ways for people to help you cast the spell if needed. So it's not a totally free get out of jail card, but if you ever need to make a quick escape, that opportunity is there.
But the problem is then I'd have to owe you. So I'll take it with me to make you feel better, but okay, thanks.
Give me a is this a
roll.
deception roll or a persuasion roll? Is he being honest here?
Sprocket knows deep. I know deep down in the heart of Sprocket's heart that he would use it if he absolutely has to. But he's very impressed by this magic. This essentially a 9th level spell that he put on a scroll. So I'm trying to hide how impressed I am. How about that?
Gotcha. Yeah. Give me a deception check then.
Oh, I am great at those. Let's do a big old +0. Hey, all right, 19.
Yeah, Jelzar says no. I mean,
That's
I know
his
it's
pride.
not like a perfect gate spell, but I thought it was pretty cool. And he kind of mutters to himself as he leaves.
I feel horrible. Sprocket doesn't.
All right.
Oh, wait! Before you leave, we might be going up against the Gralhunds. Is there anything that the Halls of Justice might know about them, or give us cause to, go after them?
I don't know anything off the top of my head, but I can ask around and let you know.
Of course you don't know. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, so he leaves.
Cool.
Next,
we're
going to Hollyrees.
I'm sorry, only to him.
It's true, only to him, but it's
Hey,
wicked funny.
He might deserve it. We don't know. We'll explore it later.
Yeah, maybe he kicks puppies in his free time or
Preemptively
something.
being an asshole just in case he deserves it.
Yeah,
He built a puppy
he
kicker.
could be the next fantasy Hitler. We don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Hollyrees,
Oh,
the night before you partied, you had a good time. I know one thing you want to do that we just didn't get an opportunity to last time was have a conversation with Vincent. What? So you let's say you had that conversation with Vincent. What did you end up talking with him about?
how he got into being a private detective and what it's like being a Rakshasa.
He would, if you start
Don't we
saying
know?
that
Don't we know
syllable,
that?
he would put his hand firmly over your mouth. Remember,
Which is what
he
she
is in
wants.
human form,
No, I know that.
and you're in a party surrounded by
Well,
dozens of people.
Okay, well, I wouldn't
Monster
say
hunters.
that word, but what life is like for him as that, and what kind of magic he knows, and if he would be willing to be my friend.
Yeah, I think with a couple
Nice.
drinks in him, he warms up. He starts talking about he actually grew up in Chult, and he's careful with his wording, but you get the impression that he grew up in Chult hundreds of years ago, and he enjoys people. He enjoys the craziness that happens in the big city, and that's what drew him to Waterdeep. Yeah, so you two have a nice
People in the
conversation.
craziness of the big city.
Yeah, he
We have
says,
so much in common.
yeah, I actually, after you all visited my detective agency, I looked up and did profiles on all of you. Yeah, I know how much you like to
Very
live it up.
clever. Do you think you could help me? I mean, you seem like you have a way with people, and you know how to get the things that you want. Do you think you could help me talk to my mom,
About
Bestie?
what?
Well, she's still pretty classist, being a noble and all. And I don't agree with some of her ways, and I feel like I can't get through to her. Since dad died and everything. It just hasn't been the same relationship.
I think that if she's going to listen to anyone, it's going to be you. I don't know what I could say to convince her that she should not act in her own self-interest as a, I don't know how much money your family has. I'm assuming you're millionaires in terms of crowns. But yeah, I think,
Millionaire, billionaire, let's let her off. No big deal.
yeah. So I think if you want to talk to your mom, I think how old are you? You're like 50?
Cool. 20.
20. Well, I can never tell with elves and half elves. I didn't realize you were that young. Yeah. So I think you're essentially, you're almost an adult. Yeah, you should talk to your mom yourself.
Do you also, you know some magic, right?
He does.
There's nothing you would be able to do in that area to help persuade my mom, manipulate her a little bit. I'm not saying all the way, And I'm typically not that bad of a person, but like, she's a stubborn ass.
So he'd say, your
Are
mom.
you a half wizard?
I know she's not a wizard, but with the resources she has access to, and with, I didn't know your father, but I knew of your father, with what he probably did to protect the love of his life. I don't think I can cast magic, but I don't think I know, like a suggestion smell or a charm person. I don't think is going to do anything here. I think at some point we all got to grow up and realize our parents are people. They may not be perfect, and have a different sort of relationship with them than we did growing up. So that's the kind of you two spent
Fair enough.
time talking.
Anyone else think Cameron is sending a real life message here?
Always, every time, every session of
For
D&D.
the
Moral of
record,
the story.
Stepping out of the role of Holly Reese, my relationship with my own mother is fantastic. And my dad is very much alive and well.
Yes. So you kind of had a conversation into the rest of the night. So with your Constitution saving throw, Holly, from last time, where
I don't remember what I got.
It was low. Where do you wake up in the morning?
She wakes up in Wilhelm's bed.
Okay. I'm going to let this happen, but only give me an Arcana check.
Yeah, you are.
That's what he says every night. I'm gonna let this happen.
Oh my god. Okay.
Give me a contraception check.
Okay, with a 15. So in a drunken stupor, Holly disarmed the magical spells around Wilhelm's door.
She did.
Came in the room.
Yes, she did.
Curled up in bed, passed out.
Yep.
We'll cut back to that one later. I gotta think about that one. All right, Rolan, you and Brenda had a really nice conversation. How did that, like, what you noticed about your conversation with Brenda Kriegman was that you were focused, it seemed like from the last session we played, you were focused on reminiscing memories on like what you two had done together. She seemed very much more focused on talking about what your plans were, what you want to do next, that sort of thing. Like, she would have kept talking as long as Rolan wanted to keep talking. Where did that conversation end up, you think?
She wanted to know more about what Rolan wanted to do?
She seemed interested in what his plans for the future were.
I think Rolan, one, has kind of grown to have instincts for his newfound family, but that also kind of morphed into maybe wanting to start his own mercenary band.
I like that. So you talked to her about like, hey, I liked the work I did before. I think I've got enough experience that I can do it for myself these days. So she seems interested in that. She tries to steer the conversation in, okay, you could be mercenaries, but you could also maybe be public defenders. What would Roland's reaction to that suggestion be?
I think I need more schooling for that.
So like the fact that he's receptive, I think, like she reacts pretty positively. Eventually, Brenda goes home for the evening, like not evening. This is like probably 2 a.m. or something.
Yeah.
The party has died down. She heads out. She takes off her high heels as soon as she gets out the front door. She's like, these fucking things are ridiculous. And she walks home whistling to herself.
Such a potty mouth on good pious lady.
Did I curse that?
Brienne.
That would have been Cameron cursing, not
Good
Brenda
gracious,
cursing.
these heels are uncomfortable.
Yeah. Oh fudge me, my feet hurt.
My goodness.
God.
And then the bet that Rolan and Brenda made was that the loser of whoever gets a lower place in the tournament on Bright Swords
buys dinner for the
dinner. Yep. All right. Then we go to Fen. Fen, you
I swear to God, Cameron,
were enjoying the
did not score
accolades
last night.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. You were enjoying all sorts of accolades and attention from all sorts of lovely ladies. If you remember, Wilhelm essentially took out a missed connections ad in the Waterdeep Wazoo. So you were swamped with all these young women holding a piece of paper in their hand about the advert, and it was describing how like you were dark and brooding, and you're a recent widower, and like you were super muscular, and you looked like a drow, so you could definitely piss off their parents, but you weren't actually a drow, so you weren't that dangerous. All that stuff. But you're saying Fen wakes up alone.
No, I'm saying if you made it so that I woke up alone, I'm gonna have words with you.
Okay, no. You had your pick of the litter, so you did go home with someone.
He took
Everyone.
Did we roll get busy rolls after we stopped recording last time?
Give me a
Sorry, roll for this shit.
Give me a persuasion check.
So much for that shit. I tell you, he's gonna strike out right now.
No, the persuasion check is to see if you pulled more than one.
Shit. I'm gonna let you guys know I got a -1 in my persuasion.
Yeah.
Okay,
buddy. Sorry, buddy.
Come on, here we go. Come on. Fuck.
Okay. Hey, you did go home with someone.
I don't like the way this is
You
going.
didn't go home with
Brenda.
2 people. You wake up the next morning, and there is a note next to your bed.
What's it say?
You're kind of remembering back. You got a pretty good Constitution saving throw last time, so you remember you were like conscious, and this wasn't like a horrible scenario. You had an enjoyable evening with a nice young lady. Her name was Kendalriel. And the note says, Fen, thank you for a great time last night. I hope I can see you again. I am traveling to Neverwinter to talk to my father about who I just met. And please take care of Reggie for me until I get back.
Reggie!
And you look, you see that, and then you look up at the ceiling.
Oh my god.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, Reggie.
How the fuck did Reggie get in without any of us noticing? How did she get
He was
in?
there before we got there.
He
was there before we got there.
I mean, the party was
No.
pretty packed, and Waterdeep's a crazy city.
The giant ass spider.
a pretty crazy party.
In the spider.
I mean, people did see the spider. They just thought it was part of the party.
I'm sorry. There are other people outside of this group that are watching this. Do they have any idea who Reggie is? Have we introduced Reggie yet?
We don't know. Nobody else
This
knows
is
what
Reggie the
Reggie
giant
is.
spider.
Right.
Okay,
Okay, I mean, I know
obviously.
who Reggie is, but
All the people watching, this was a chat that we had off stream via text.
Yeah,
There was a lot of detailing happening from Alu and Holly Reed.
So, Fen, in addition to your character sheet, if you look on D&D Beyond for giant spider, if you open up like a new tab and open up a giant spider, that is what Reggie is. So you have access to those stats and stuff. Reggie's going to be your buddy.
So he looks like a drow, has the weapons of a drow,
Yeah.
and has
When
the spider familiar of a drow,
Yeah.
but isn't a drow.
Roland, you've woken up. Are you doing your normal routine of breakfast and all that?
Bacon and eggs, baby.
So you head down to the first floor. The place is a fucking mess.
Maybe I'll start
But
by cleaning up a bit.
This thing is awful.
Kelso Fiddlewick comes up, and Dasher Snowbeetle, they come and they say, don't worry, boss. Like, Wilhelm sent us home early last night, but he said he'd help us clean up. You don't need to clean up yourself. I think Wilhelm will help us with it. While you're making breakfast, you're laying out your platter. Give me a perception check.
Okay. My perception
fuck that
is
persuasion roll.
not great.
Sorry, buddy.
I know I think it's a +3. I think I'm all
Why
right.
is the giant spider not in Fenn's room?
You'll see.
Pretty stealthy.
Alu's not coming down for breakfast.
Alu hasn't woken up yet. I don't know if she knows there's a giant spider there.
Alu would. Alu's about to hurt some people.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Okay.
12.
You hear tapping and clicking above you. You look up and you see a giant spider, and you see Perdita the ghost girl riding on it, but upside down from the ceiling. And the giant spider drops 2 appendages and grabs a plate and starts putting some bacon and some eggs on the plate, and then scurries back upstairs. Fen,
I gotta either stop drinking or drink more.
Reggie comes into the
I don't know
room
which.
through the window, the side window, and puts a little plate of food by your table.
Oh,
My man.
Oh, buddy.
My
Reggie.
man.
My man,
Ian,
Reggie.
can you confirm
My
for me?
man.
Can you move Reggie's token?
And let me check. Let's see. I can.
Beautiful.
God, what's that in my room?
I'm gonna let you know, Reggie is way tougher than I am. Can I just play as Reggie and Fen will be Reggie's pet?
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
Reggie.
So,
You're in
Fen,
the wrong room.
you enjoyed your evening. You met someone nice. The note, by the way, Ken Del Real's note, it says it's like, I'm going to see my father, and I can't wait till we get back. When I get back, I know you were talking about like how much you love animals, and besides Reggie, I'd love for you to meet Anthony and what's her Anthony and Antonia. I think you'd get along with them really well.
Is it Auntie? From Hunty Shrunk the Kids?
You can't tell from the note what exactly she's talking about, but you might meet some new friends in the future. All right.
The Bug Whisperer.
Tree, do you see where the spider is right now?
You better not be in Alu's room. I might hurt you.
Danny, all I'm thinking of is Geralt right now
In the tap room.
from Balance.
Alu, you
Yeah.
you
The meta magical horse.
Yeah,
Alu, you wake up
that's the voice I'm hearing for Reggie.
and
Oh,
you're
okay.
remembering
I
the
love it.
conversation you had last night. You did plenty of stuff last night. One thing I think we didn't get a chance to do with Alu is she wanted to have a conversation with Mantra, her mentor. And she had a brief one, but she didn't have a deep one. I remember you mentioned that you wanted to ask him specifically about Aeodon, and what he thought about that whole thing. What sort of questions was Alu asking Mantra?
I think she wanted to know if he
Get Reggie out of
understood
here. Reggie's not in here.
what I think.
You give me too much power, Cameron.
He would want to know if he knows anything about what it is. Like she can tell him the background and
yeah.
explain the dream that she had.
Mantra, they think about it deep and they say, the best thing I can think of is that this rat baby is a fallen god. It's not a deva. Normally Asimar are the progeny of devas, but I think somehow your bloodline is related to all Asimar are related to a deity, but for in your case, your guardian spirit, instead of being a deva, is a god. It's a vulnerable god. It's a god that no one's ever heard of, which means it has no worshippers, which means it's extremely vulnerable. So, like, I don't know what you want to do, but if you want to keep this thing around, maybe, like, start a religion? I don't know.
Sounds like so much fun.
I think it'll only get stronger if it gets followers. But I think Mantra mentioned this before, is that what's really strange is that this rat baby's portfolio is the same as the god Torn. We can show a picture of the rat baby, can't we? If we go to your inventory and we click on the rat baby, there's the rat baby. It has the scales of justice and it has a silver hammer. And what it looks like is its portfolio is like justice and he's like, I don't know the rat thing. Maybe it's like plagues, but that doesn't make sense because its portfolio is clearly war and justice. I don't know what that has to do with rats, but somehow this has the same portfolio as the god Torm, and that's why that other deva is coming after you. This thing presents an existential threat to one of the major gods of the pantheon. So enjoy that.
Interesting.
And then he starts drinking, like, as he himself realizes what he's saying, he starts drinking more heavily. And that's kind of, you ponder that for the rest of the evening and then the rest of the party, and then you go to sleep and you wake up now. You can head downstairs. We're going to go back to Holly Rees. Holly Rees, roll me an initiative check. Let's see if you or Wilhelm wake up first. You need to beat a 23. You don't. When you wake up with a hand over your mouth and a knife at your throat, and Wilhelm's looking down at you. How did you get into my room? Yeah,
Everybody,
good
just
point.
pull that tape back and look at Nate's face.
He before he takes his hand off, he takes the knife and he points to the walls. Give me an Arcana check. You see that the walls are covered in glyphs of warding. This room looks like, if the right trigger happens, this would be a bigger explosion than what happened in the middle of Troll Skull Alley, centered around this room. It'll take the whole tavern out.
Good.
He says, I'm gonna uncover your mouth, but a lot of these runes are triggered off certain words being said. So answer my questions and don't say anything else while you're in here. And he takes his hand off and he says, why are you here? Why are you here?
You invited me.
I did what?
You invited me.
When you say that, there's a woman that's sitting over in this corner on a chair. She's the one that he went up with the night before. She says, you did invite her. He looks over at her and he says, oh, fuck me.
I think she did.
That might be why.
He says, okay. He turns to the woman. He says, Vanessa, thank you. You can go. And she walks to his desk, picks up a bag of gold and a letter, and heads out the door.
Can Holly Rees call out to her?
If you try and say something that he hasn't directly asked you a question while you're in this room, he's going to attempt to cover your mouth.
Okay.
He says, come on. And he grabs you firmly by your arm. If you want to resist, you can, but he's going to lead you to the door, open the door for both of you to leave, and then close the door behind. He'll be on the other side with you out here. I'm just asking, are you letting him let you take you out of the room?
Yeah, but I don't want him to go back into his room.
No. He'd step out. You see him step out, and then he turns around and he starts fiddling with the door handle. And he says, I'm sorry, I don't remember what happened last night, but this is my room. I need you to understand that even if I invite you, it sounds ridiculous. Even if I invite you, next time, don't come in here. Did we do anything?
Can Holly Rees smack him before she says anything?
Yeah, give me an unarmed strike. What is your... what's that to hit? It's your strength, right? Yeah, roll a d20.
Your strength modifier.
In unarmed.
Yeah, d20 plus 2. With advantage, because he's turned around. He's not focused on you.
Oh, yeah, fucking clock him.
Okay.
That'd be fun.
That's a 4. Give me one more roll.
I'm going to give you this roll, and yeah, okay. That's an 6.
Yeah, you somehow punch the door to the side of him.
You hit a glyph.
And you don't hit a glyph. There's no glyphs on the door. There's a glyph on the handle. And he turns around and he says, okay, I can tell you're upset. Last night, party got crazy. This is my room. It's private. And I don't go in your room. You don't need to come in my room.
Hey. 1, you don't talk to me that way. 2, nothing happened last night. You wanted something to happen.
When you say that, give me an insight roll.
He's bluffing.
You see, he relaxes. He's been super tense. He gives his shoulders relax. He gives a huge sigh of relief when you tell him that nothing happened last night.
Okay, I'm sorry. When our last time together, did I disappoint you?
What last time together?
Holly Reese wants to give me a second.
This is like a scene from The Family Stone.
She
Wants to name the
What a
ball.
reference.
She wants
If
to.
anyone knows what I'm referencing, good for you.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Oh, I want to do
was
a
Sly in the
spell,
Family
but I don't
Stone.
want to like super hurt you. I just
Sarah
want to
Jessica
like,
Parker, Luke Wilson.
God, I want to try smacking you again,
Okay.
but my strength is so terrible.
It sounds like we need to figure out a spell to give you that is a spell that's also a melee strike.
Mage hand.
Call down to Rolan or Fen and have them do it for you.
Take out a level in monk.
I need someone to smack somebody for me.
I need your glaive.
I wish, man.
Give me a roll.
All right.
Dude.
He's focused on you now, so this is not with advantage. Hey, you still hit him. You slap him across the face. Give me, what is it, 4 plus your strength modifier, so 4 damage? He takes 4 damage.
He dodges your first punch and then allows himself to get smacked with the second one. What a dummy.
Okay.
Marmaduke over here snoring.
Yeah,
No,
you
I can't.
smack him across the face, and he says, I recognize that I deserve that. I know today's a big day. When we have a moment in the evening or whenever, we can talk about this more, but...
Who's Vanessa? Why do you have these glyphs all over your room?
Yeah.
A friend with a capital F? Or a friend like bacon and eggs together? Are you PB&J together or bacon and eggs? Side by side or smush?
He says,
Crust or no crust, damn it.
As a single
He's
man,
afraid of spiders.
my personal life is of no concern of yours. And he starts walking down the hall. He goes down the stairs, heads down on the first floor, starts helping the halflings clean up.
Holly Reese is going to follow him downstairs.
Sure thing.
Yelling.
Yeah.
Maybe not yelling. She's going to do an intimidation
All right.
to him.
He
Hold on.
actually, before you
Roll.
do that, if you're talking as you get down the stairs, he is going to cast something at you. He is going to cast command, and he's going to say silence. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
God damn it.
I just want to point out, this is the third time. We've been here for 15 minutes. This is the third time someone has physically tried to quiet Holly Reese.
Okay, you pass. You don't have to follow that command. But he says, "Look, now's not the time. Now is not the time." And he continues downstairs and starts cleaning
and
up.
my intimidation is fucking 8, so
Yeah.
that does nothing.
So if Holly Reese was working on a custom spell, it would be a bitch slap, some sort of magical slap that also intimidates someone. Okay, good to know for the future.
Yeah.
All right. So everyone's downstairs now.
Roland? I need coffee, please.
You say that and you see the giant spider helping prepare the coffee.
Hell yeah.
God.
Oh, that's Reggie. He's good with coffee. We
Alu,
had a chat.
are you
I'm
coming
sorry.
downstairs also?
I'm sorry. Reggie?
Reginald? I don't know. I didn't ask him.
He might prefer Reginald.
Wilhelm looks
Listen,
over at
Wilhelm,
Reggie
how do you know
and
he's a he?
he looks at Fen and he says, like, some people might call this cultural appropriation. You do know that, right? Like, it's a little weird.
What, having a spider?
You're like, you got the white hair, you're not actually a drow, you dress like a drow, you're all brooding, like, now you got a spider. Just, I don't know. Maybe you're the
I
world's
listen to
biggest
drow
Driz
music too.
fanboy.
What's your point, homie?
He goes back
I'm
to
out with it.
sweeping. Yeah, he's like, fair enough. Yeah, so
All I know is he's quite handy to have. No pun intended.
yeah,
And here's the thing. Here's the thing,
Reggie,
everybody.
Reggie turns to you.
Hold on.
Scuttles.
Hot damn. Reggie, could you please make me a coffee and also be my friend? I don't care what you do about anyone else here, but I want you and I to be buddies.
Yeah, Reggie preps a coffee, brings it over to you on a little platter with some sugar and some cream on the side.
Holly Reeves tentatively takes her hand and just like kind of gives one of his legs a little pat and says thank you.
He takes one of his legs and strokes your hair.
Oh my god. Okay. Holly Reeves tenses, but then she's like,
It's cool. It's cool.
okay, we'll get used to that. Thanks. And she's gonna move. She's gonna move away from the spider and like raise her cup, and she's gonna go over to sit next to Sprocket.
Yeah.
Take a breather.
Alu, have you come down and joined everyone yet?
I think Alu is about to come and join. She's
Okay.
probably like thinking through her preparations for the day. But yeah, I'm gonna move her.
So just for context, Fen is over there having breakfast. He's seeing all this going on. He's completely oblivious to everyone being uncomfortable with Reggie. It doesn't occur to him that someone might be uncomfortable with a giant spider.
Give me an insight check. And
Are you gonna make this insight check work against me that he will be?
Well, it's either
aware?
you don't realize it or you know and you don't care.
yeah, the insight check is like how well you're observing everyone around you and getting how well you've learned about each of their characters. Reggie, once he's done doing his thing, he goes on the ceiling and he's just hanging out above you. That's not bad. Okay, let's go. Let's poll everyone. Alu hasn't come through the door yet. Holly Rees, how comfortable are you with Reggie?
She's getting there. She's
Rolan?
He's serving her, so
yeah, she's getting there. Like,
He
are
has
we
his
talking on a
uses.
scale of like 1 to 10? Holly Reeves is currently at a 7.
Got it. Rolan?
I think he was surprised at first, but now that I think Roland was just like, at first he was saying like, yeah, why not this? Sure. And then when he realized that he's with Fen, he's like, all right, that's cool. And
Plus,
now
like,
he's
you all
working
have-
on
You have a ghost, you have a poltergeist, you have
exactly
like
and then
were-rats.
he also had his scene with the were-rats, yeah. So
Yeah.
he's just like, sure, why not? And now I want to work on a secret handshake where I high five him with the 5 fingers
and
I
he
have
like
with 5 of his legs.
he does like a
Awesome.
wave with his limbs to high five you. Sure. Spev, what about you?
Absolutely terrified when Reggie first came into his workshop, but has since calmed down. And like, yeah, there's weirder things around here. Now I'm just distracted tinkering
You might
with
start
something.
thinking about the value of high quality spider silk in whatever you're trying to construct.
That's good idea. Yeah, I'm tinkering with something else.
Wilhelm seems pretty fine with it. He's clearly there's with your insight check, Fen, something is really bothering Wilhelm, but you don't think Reggie is it. And then Alu, you come through the door.
All right, I'm gonna move her now. Hold on.
Yep.
Sorry.
You can
Okay.
say morning to everyone, and then give me a perception check. With a
Okay.
15, yeah, you see everyone. You might scan and say hi to everyone, and then your eyes lock on the giant spider hanging out above Fen's head.
Yeah. So Alu's instant reaction would be fear. So the question is,
Yeah.
does my little rat baby god calm me down before I pop my necrotic shroud.
So what?
my
Well, your
whatever
necrotic
it-
shroud isn't necessarily what you do with your fear. You have a different reaction with fear.
Yeah,
Let me check the rat baby rules that I wrote down. You don't have the frightened condition. What I'll say is this is a giant spider. On a scale of 1 to 10, how scared would Alu be, you think?
Ollie doesn't like little spiders. A giant spider would send her heart racing.
Okay, we're going to call this a DC 15 Constitution save. Give me a Constitution save. If you beat a 15, you're able to settle. If not, you're going to lash out.
All right, DC.
Swear to God, if you kill my spider.
What is? How do I do that, Cameron? Which one's the Constitution save?
Well, that says con.
So
Is that
on
the
your,
one on
your
saving
abilities,
throw?
if you go to Constitution, like you see your numbers, Constitution, click that one.
Under the saving throws, though, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Not the one at the top. I just
Yeah.
want to make. I'll just wants to make sure.
Oh
Cool.
shit. Okay.
That was really fortunate, guys.
you have a moment of panic.
Calms me
You
down.
you immediately raise your hands out and you can feel the psychic force pulsing through your body, but then a little pudgy finger comes up and puts its finger in your mouth and on your brain, on your face, and then a little rat skull nuzzles against your chest.
Rats are so
Why are
crazy.
you okay with this rat baby, but not
And
the spider?
that
Hey,
Nothing makes me feel
God.
safe for some reason. Normally, I feel like Ollie would be scared of it, but like,
yeah.
it's a god.
You're able to hold it. You're able to hold this one together.
All right.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
goodness
You
I
have to
didn't
describe
hurt
it that way,
anybody.
Cameron? Now I'm all grossed out.
My goal for this campaign, everyone's gonna be partnered with something that
Grossed out.
freaks them the fuck
Really?
out.
Oh, I
Great.
can't wait to see what I get.
So yeah,
I don't
you-
mind my
Flare.
giant spider.
everyone's together. What do you want to
Can I
do
choose
with your
Bulbasaur? I hear he's good for beginners.
day?
So
Let's
Ollie's
go.
probably going to like, she's calm, but she's gonna like keep her distant from the spider.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Is this a table right here inside the door? She might sit here and holler at Rolan to toss her an apple because she's a fruit girl in the morning.
Yep.
What?
I was just gonna, if you're not done with Alu, go ahead. I was gonna.
Okay. And then she's going to ask where the were-rats are. Like, I don't know if they're around here or hiding or
Does
where.
Alu know about the were-rats? You know about Surrey. I don't know if
I know
Roland has
all the
told
were-
anyone about you.
I was there.
Oh,
Me
you
and
were. I forgot. You're totally right.
I'm the one who recruited them.
You're talking about. Sorry, you're talking about the.
Oh, Cameron.
You're talking about
The
the
hobbit.
the gutter rats.
Yeah, them.
Sorry. They're not here. They had a good time at the party and then they left. You all didn't really hire them.
No, but I took them under my wing, so they should be coming back.
Yeah, they haven't made it back yet. They might be sleeping in a little late today or something.
We might need to expand to Froon's Brews. We're taking in all kinds of.
Yeah. I forgot because these guys are were-rats also, but only Roland knows about that. I think.
Right.
I forgot that we now have 2 gangs of were-rats at the tavern.
Are they gangs that don't get along?
No. It seemed like they were fine with each other.
Cameron,
They're
Yes.
not like West Side, East Side.
can you remind me who this girl is?
Which one?
The one by me behind the bar pantry.
Here?
Yes.
Is she one of our
That's
were-rat ladies?
Danica Fiddlewick. That's Danica Fiddlewick. That's Bryn Hilltopple. This is Kelso Fiddlewick, her older brother. And this is Dasher Snowbeetle. They are all halflings. They're all halfling were-rats, but as far as Holly knows, they're all halflings that have been hired at the tavern.
Okay.
But yeah, they're with Wilhelm just cleaning stuff up. Wilhelm says, I know yesterday before the party we talked about next moves. What's the plan for today?
I don't know, Wilhelm. Why don't you ask Vanessa? What's
He,
her
this-
plan?
he goes back
Okay.
to cleaning.
All right, Fen, you wanted to say something before Alu had finished.
Well, Fen apparently noticed that Wilhelm is nervous about something. Fen's gonna go talk to Wilhelm and say, "Hey, what's up, homie?
He says,
You seem a little clenchy."
yeah, no, I just last night was pretty intense. I probably did a little more snuff powder and Chardonnay crystal than I should have, and drank more than I should have, and just feeling it today. He's gonna we're gonna roll opposed checks. So Fen, you are going to I'll roll for Wilhelm first. He's gonna do a deception check, and then Fen, you will make an insight check. Wilhelm gets to make his deception check with advantage.
Dick.
Holly Reese wants. Can I use luck on that?
Give me a second after I. What's
Or
it
not
say?
luck.
Is it
Sorry,
after?
not luck. I don't want to use luck on you. I want to do the portent divination.
Divination one.
Yes,
Divination one.
I believe
Yeah.
the
You
rule
rolled
is
your-
I get to roll and then you get to use it before I tell you what happens. So let me roll and then you can decide if you want to use it or not. Because if he rolls shit or something.
I think you can use lucky to give other people disadvantage.
Okay,
Might be
so
wrong.
he rolled a 26.
I want to use that 7 on
Give
it.
him the 7.
Yeah.
Okay, so he got a 7 plus 7 is 14. So Fen, with an insight, you need to beat a 14.
Okay, if I fail this, I'm gonna fail Holly, and she's gonna hate me forever. So come on, Ian.
Fine.
Fuck me, balls.
Wait, I'll
He
give
wasn't
you luck.
fine.
Can I give you luck?
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna give you luck, Ben.
Does that mean I get to roll again?
Yes, you do.
You get to spend a luck
Okay.
point to let him
I
roll
get
his-
to fail a second time. Okay.
Don't
here we
Don't
go.
say that. Don't say that.
You gotta hit a 12.
Yes!
Hey, okay.
Oh yes.
You can tell that Wilhelm is. You didn't beat him by
Liar.
much, but you can tell that he is keeping he's just keeping something close to the chest. He's keeping something from you.
Okay. So Fenn's gonna say, "Hey, look, man, we've been through a lot together. I can tell something's up. I'm not buying it. Give. What's up? We're buds, man. Come on.
Confess.
We're
Confess.
buds. I won't tell
confess.
anybody. I won't tell anybody.
He says,
Just the
You
gosh.
can believe that. He don't tell
"You know
anybody.
what? Okay.
Just the
Yes.
gosh.
Against your insight of 16, Wilhelm will confess. He'll tell the truth. He says Holly Rees is upset that I went up to my room with Vanessa last night.
Yeah.
And
I
that
can
is
see
one
how
of the things
that
she's
could come
upset about. He rolled a
Okay.
20 to try and convince you of that.
I'm convinced. No, I'm totally convinced. So here's the thing. I understand that pain, man. I think I got something that can make you feel better. Would you like to meet my new friend Reggie? Hey Reggie, come over here. Come meet Wilhelm. It's a buddy of mine. I want to introduce you
Clarice
to.
is gonna yell back to Reggie and say, "Reggie, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. Do what makes you
Reggie's friendly.
comfortable. Wilhelm is a bad man."
Where did you get Reggie from? Was he at the party last night? That's
Reggie's
Wilhelm
always
saying.
been here. Reggie's always been here. What do you mean?
He's like, huh.
Have I never mentioned him before?
No, you haven't, but Reggie, nice to meet you.
Okay, great. I'm not sure that he's met everybody else, so I'm gonna go introduce him to the rest of the crew. Let him know that
Yeah, everyone
Reggie is here and he's friendly.
everyone meets Reggie. Eventually, the staff is in the back room prepping for business tonight. Leaf is at the bar. Suri and Perdita head upstairs somewhere. No one knows where they're at, but they head off to their own. And then, yeah, if everyone wants to meet Reggie, you can all gather around. And then Wilhelm's like, now that the place is just us, I mean, we were talking about you all going on the Gralhund raid tonight. Is that something you still want to do?
Yes.
I know what that is.
We need to get the Stone of
They're the
Golorr.
ones who hired the bugbears to stab Alu.
Oh yeah.
Well,
They're dead.
Well, it wasn't
technically,
the
yeah,
bugbears.
Bernard didn't
was
stab the
the
nimble right
Nimble
stab.
Right.
They're also the one that bought the Nimblewright and told it to bomb everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Nimblewright bombed the street and stabbed Alu.
They also stole the stone from us.
Bugbears were the
So I
muscle.
believe the information you have so far is that Alu, you have the blueprints. I put those in the chat so everyone can look at them. If we are looking at the blueprints together, do you have any questions about the building as part of your like preparation and stuff?
Is
Because like
there-
you can kind of spread the blueprints out on the table and look.
What's the surrounding area look like? I'm guessing this is smack dab in the middle of the city, but like, what's around it?
oh yeah, location.
Wilhelm would
that's
respond to that. He says, it's actually not that far from here. Let me put you on the map of Waterdeep.
That's really helpful. Good point, Sprocket.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is this the family that the kids are gonna have
One of my
sisters
boys.
sold to the devil?
No, that's the Castellanters.
I love it.
Just roasting his voice.
That was not Alu. That was
Roasting the
me.
shit out of it.
So here is Gralhund Villa.
Oh, damn, it's right there.
I learned a new trick. Check this out. I think I can make all your perspectives move.
Yeah, you did for me.
Oh, dope.
So now it's
much
much
nicer.
easier for me to
That's
point stuff out to
Castellantern.
everyone.
Okay,
so that's the
so I
Castellanter
guess-
Villa. The Gralhunds are like, he's like, dude,
Oh,
it's
shit,
actually
awesome.
like, they're like 3 blocks away. Like they are crazy close.
So Holly Reeves is a little concerned because like this clearly looks like a noble's home and there's a children's room.
Hey,
So why would these guys hire by the Nimblewright to why would a noble? She doesn't understand why a noble would do this.
So
And she's
I
assuming they're noble.
I believe people did some recon on the Gralhunds. Does anyone remember from their notes what they
I-
learned?
I have notes. Hold on, let me go back and find them. I do have information.
Well, we know they're most likely responsible for the bombings because they own
While-
the Nimblewright that
While
that did it.
While Alu is looking through her notes, does anyone have questions about the building or anything? Anything that you think would help you prep?
How many guards are there?
Wilhelm
If there's
says
a
that
church.
we don't know, but I know Rolan asked for some city watch to post up. So if you don't just run straight in, if you head out and case the surrounding area, you could probably get some information about guard schedules and all that stuff.
Yalla matriarch, bitter slight by society.
Is there any
I-
intel where some? might
I
be?
think that's an Alu job with her new hat because we don't want them to know anything about us snooping around there at all.
Yeah.
So when you mention that, Roland, Wilhelm snaps his fingers and says, "Oh yeah, what I ordered from the costume shop arrived." He looks down at the door and there's a box there. He pulls it in, and he said, "We don't want people to know we have the stone, so I brought these." And he
We
opens.
don't though.
Well, when we get it back.
Okay.
He opens
So
up the
when
box and you see in it are uniforms, a bunch of uniforms. It's the
I call
same
Red Ranger.
the same armor that you normally
Green
wear,
Ranger.
just it's all with
Pink.
the emblem of the silver gauntlet on it. And there's like masks, and he says this way, like they'll think that the Order of the Silver Gauntlet it like did some raid or something, confiscated
Okay.
some gear, and they won't trace it right back to us.
Then I take it back. I call Rocky.
All right, I'll be Colt.
Okay.
Okay, so information I have on the Gralhunds. They're a minor noble family, not on Holly's level. They're a minor noble.
Important.
Yep. The Castellanters are on her level. The Gralhunds are a minor house.
Right.
Ugh,
Interfamily
peasants.
politics of the rich and famous says that they have a reputation for being unscrupulous in their business dealings.
Yeah.
Yala,
Yala.
yeah, is the head of the family and was slighted at some point and has total contempt for the city. They have a villa in the North Ward, and we were very surprised to learn that they had the money for a nimble right at all. They're basically an impoverished noble family.
Yeah, the rumors are that they recently went into a lot of debt. There was some big scandal, and Yala has been working really hard to claw her way back from that. But it's left her a pretty upset, maybe bitter person.
And there's a rumor that a member of the family is to be made or may already be a masked lord. Which is important to know. That's what I have on them there. They hired the ruffians to steal the stone back.
Will do.
Yeah.
Fen is going to point out that there is a access point in the back through the coach house. Looks like.
So you can point that out. You'll notice that there are actually 2 access points. There's the front gate, 3 access points. There's the front gate. There's the coach house to leave, and actually, everyone, give me an investigation check.
I would love to.
Or you can find this access point yourself in real life, or give me an investigation check if you think your character might be smarter than you are.
Not my deal.
It looks like in the pantry, maybe? Or is that the window?
Yeah, Alu and Spev, you note that there seems to be an access point in the back street in the pantry.
Infiltration is not my bag.
I'm a smart boy.
Smart boy. I know that on this map there isn't specifically the lower level where like the sewers might be.
You looking at this blueprint, you think that there might not be direct access to the sewers. Like if you mention that, Wilhelm will say, I mean, usually direct access to the sewers, it's not in households, it's in like business buildings. Like the reason we have direct access in our tavern is because we have a tavern. It's not because if we had just a house, it probably wouldn't have that.
Can I just make a special request to not go through sewers just this one time? Because we always go through fucking sewers.
Always from a perspective of having the were rats come up from the bottom, or the gutter rats come up from the bottom.
I mean, at this point, we got like a gross animal army. I could send my spider with them.
Yeah.
Gross people out of there.
I got a mechanical bug.
So with all you know, Wilhelm says, I mean, if you want to go scout the place out, I'll hang back and run point. Contact me if you need anything. What all do you want to do?
Holly just wants to go to the front door and see if she can just walk her way in and get a tour. And
you'd have to have a really good reason to be there.
How terrifying is my spider? If he created like a little skirmish outside down the road, would like they call guards and shit?
Probably
to
not.
Like get him out of the city or something.
They might call City Watch. Fen, I don't know if you would know how the Gralhunds would respond to that.
Okay.
I don't think the Gralhunds would care. They would let the city deal with it as long as you're not on their property. I don't think that'd be helpful.
Okay.
His perspective.
Real quick point of order. Yes. Since we finished a long rest, I changed up a couple of my artificer things, switched my armor to infiltrator, and take away the alchemy jug, and now I have an iron homunculus.
Sure thing. Iron homunculus.
I'm sorry, homunculus servant is what it's actually called. It's one of my infusions. I got rid of the alchemy jug to use it.
So it's not just us.
Yes.
Distractions.
The Doom Raiders. They would have given you a note in the morning, Alu, that said that they are in position on Lion Street, and at your signal, they will make a move. Rolan, you have intelligence that you can go collect if you go near the villa. You can meet up with the guards. So
I'll do that.
Alu, if you want to, if you're trying to do some intelligence gathering, you can absolutely do that before like going on the raid or going on whatever you want to do.
We definitely need to do intelligence gathering.
Yeah.
So tell me,
Okay, let's go in loud.
we can we can go. We'll go down the line. So let's start with Rolan. What do you want to do in terms of intelligence gathering?
So I don't want to go near the house if I can help it. At least nothing that would be like too totally suspicious.
Yeah, I think
Maybe I'll
I think,
disguise a couple of errands or something.
I think the guards said that you could connect with them on the corner of Pony Street and Sardoon Street, a little bit a ways from the villa.
Okay, I'm gonna like run a couple of faux errands, I guess. I guess they could be actual errands too. But like meet up, like, oh, I got boxes in my hand. Hey man, what's going on? But then also like, act like I ran into them like on my way back from the grocery or something.
Yeah,
and just like get information as much as I can from them.
yeah.
There.
They say hello, sir. I was ordered to provide a report if you arrived. The villa is pretty busy during the day. We think we've counted at least 16 guards. They move in shifts and they barrack in the guard house. There's probably half a dozen servants.
Do we know what the guards are working with in terms of armaments? Spears, knives, swords.
Let me look that up.
Handguns at all?
They all humans, I assume.
Yeah, handguns. Jeez.
He says no. I don't think they've got guns. What we're talking about here, the armament that we've noticed are short swords, long swords, and heavy crossbows.
Okay. Pretty standard stuff.
He says Yala Gralhund, she's never seen without her bodyguard. I don't know who the bodyguard is, but there's always someone with her. There's the children. There's at least 2 kids in the building. They've got some nursemaids. And then there's at least half a dozen servants around the grounds. The only other person we think we've observed, we're not sure, but Lord Orand Gralhund, we think we've seen him in the study.
In the study, okay.
Yep.
All right. Can you tell me anything about guard shifts?
Yeah. He says, let me just check. It looks like at any time there are 2 guards at the main gate that we observe, and then maybe another 4 to 6 inside the building patrolling.
Inside the building.
Since it's inside the building, it's hard to tell. We've been trying to keep track of who goes in and out, but
Would Holliers be able to see if Jouster Silvermane knows anything about this family?
I believe you asked him already, and he gave you kind of the same notes that Alu did.
Okay.
I think that was a conversation you already had. Yeah.
All right.
So that's Rolan. That's what you've got so far. Is there anything else you want to do, or you want to let another person have a turn?
Yeah, I'll let them have a turn. I'm gonna mull that over.
All right, Alu, what are you doing for intelligence gathering?
Jeez. Being sneaky.
Like doing a patrol around the building?
Yeah, she'd probably like get up on top of buildings nearby.
Are you using the hat of disguise?
Yes. If I'm up on top of buildings nearby, I'd probably like dress like a chimney sweep or something like that.
I dig that. Yeah, absolutely. Give me, if you're up on top of the buildings nearby, give me some perception checks. We're going to say with what you're doing, you get advantage, because I love that idea.
Okay.
You're in disguise and you're observing from the sky level.
Does it feel to anybody else like you got a question right in class when the DM is like, I love that.
I love that.
Yes, absolutely.
So
That's a great question.
With a 20, you see a lot of things. Okay. First off, what you clock are 2 Zentarum thugs They are also disguised as chimney sweeps, but you can tell that they aren't. They've got all their gear, but all they're doing is watching the villa.
Classic move.
You can tell they're Zents.
But you're a Zent too, so
You can't tell if they are if they're with Urstel Floxen or if they're with your guys, the Doom Raiders, without like confronting them. But you see something else also while you're doing your scan. With a 20, you see 3 gazers. You remember those little the little monster that fucked up that you killed? You see 3 of them at different points in the block. They're also observing the villa.
A different block also observing the villa, but not in the villa.
Right, they're observing the villa. They are scattered around a little bit a ways. They're observing the villa, but what you actually see more is they are observing the Zents. They are watching the Zents. They are looking at the villa because that's what the Zentarum are looking at, but they're really just mostly focused on the Zents.
Okay.
The other thing you see is that there's a house that you notice across the street from the villa. And from your observation point, your perspective, you look down with a 20, you see a drow repeatedly come to the window and kind of peek around the side, kind of like looking, observing the villa.
Wow, okay, so like there's 5 different parties coming down on them at the same time tomorrow.
Yeah, it's gonna be a shit show.
You gotta move fast.
With a 20,
go fast.
you got a really good look.
Gotta go fast.
You think that the Zentarum don't notice either of the other 2 groups. You think the Gazers only notice the Zentarum. You think the Drow has clocked. Let me see.
They just turn them all on each other by letting them know about each other.
The Drow knows about the Zentarum and the Xanathar's Gazers. They know about both.
The drow know about both.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm excited. All right.
Same.
Spev, while Alu's doing her round of observation, Spev, what are you doing?
Do we know how much time we have to meet up? Because I'd love to go to the Halls of Justice to like kind of see what kind of information that they have, and what they know about family. Because they're kind of like the enforcers around the city that keep an eye on them.
Yeah, you have time. If you say you're going to meet up, everyone's going to meet up in like 2 hours. It's in the morning. You meet up at lunchtime.
Yeah, I would love to go over there and talk to my contact there, who isn't Jelza, who is trying to look up their name real quick. We know who it is. You and I. We don't have to give them the details of the names. Is it Ulstra?
Let me.
Okay, I'll look it up real quick. But I'm gonna go try to find them, who is like my kind of handler for the group. I want to fill them in on what the Gralhunds have been doing.
Are you talking about Savra Bellabrante?
I certainly am.
Okay.
I would like to talk to them and kind of let them know what the Gralhunds have done and what we know, like they're doing, and see if they know anything about the Gralhunds and if they're willing to move against them. Yeah. Because if they're a problem in the city, I feel like the Order of the Gauntlet probably wants to deal with them.
Yeah, Savra says she fills you in everything that she knows. You learn basically all the same stuff that Alu learned. There's rumors and speculation, all that stuff. Savra says, if you can give me evidence that they've really done something wrong, if you can get your hands on the Nimble Right at the villa, we will absolutely make a move in.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, we can certainly try to capture that for you.
Yeah, that's kind of the biggest thing I want to do is cool.
Sure thing. Wilhelm is back at the manor. He's not doing anything important. Or sorry, were you going to say something else?
Oh no, I was just going to say I will start heading back toward, because I get headed back to that region because I know everyone else is kind of like hanging out there.
Yeah. Holly, what
Yeah.
sort of intelligence gathering did you want to do?
I want to do two things if I have the time.
Yes.
So one, I want to go talk to my mom and see what she may or may not know about this family, or any gossip,
Sure. Yeah, that you can do that.
unless you think that's not beneficial.
No, you can do that.
Sounds like you might have.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, you go.
I
You
think it's a
go.
good idea, too.
What do you ask your mom? You go.
I
You see
don't
that she's
care.
busy doing some paperwork. She's
You're such a
doing
dick,
some
Ron.
land trades in another region, some properties that the family owns. She says, "Holly, how did your grand opening go, or your
Mom.
friend's grand opening?"
It was wonderful. I'm sorry you missed it, but it was great.
I'm glad. I'm
Um,
sorry. I'm also sorry I couldn't make it. You know, duty calls.
I understand.
You said duty.
I had a quick question. I just at the party the other night, and overhearing some talking, someone was talking about this Gralhund family, and they're like nobles, but they're not really nobles. Do you know anything about them?
She snorts and she says, I've met Yala and Orend once before. I mean, what's there to say? You know, minor houses rise and fall, and they're not like us.
Are they wanting to be like us?
Everyone wants to be like us, darling.
Well,
Jesus
that I
Christ.
know, but
That's the way.
I mean, do you know anything more about
Cameron's so
them?
proud of himself.
Like, are
you
they
dickhead.
are they nice? Are they mean? I mean, how far would they go to try to raise their class?
I honestly met them once, and I never gave them a second thought. I don't know. What's your interest in them?
Like I said, I just, some rumors, and I just wanted to see if maybe they were true. But it
Gotcha.
sounds like
Well,
it's not
don't.
important.
Yeah, you don't need to fret about stuff like that. I
Pretty little
appreciate
head.
your increased interest in the matters of the city, but I really think that the Gralhunds are beneath us. They're not something we have to worry about. How have things been going with Jalister?
They've been wonderful. Jalister is a great man. I'm learning a lot from him.
Good. Yeah, he stopped by this morning. He was very complimentary of the work you've done so far, and I want you to know that makes me very proud.
That means a lot to me, Mom, so thank you.
I just want to point out, we've discovered that Cameron has really disturbingly good instincts for being a douchebag rich guy.
Yeah. How about that?
She gives you 2 kisses on the cheek. Gives
anyone
you a
seen
hug,
my sharkskin
and then she
laptop
says, "Listen,
case?"
I have a lunch meeting I have to go to with Istromhorn.
Where are my driving moccasins?
So I'll have to talk to you later, darling. But I'll see you
My
soon."
wall's too small for my 50s.
Okay.
My
Diamond
shoes
shoes
are
are
too
too
tight.
Give my love to him. Tell him I said hi.
It's a her, but
Sure.
yes.
Oh my gosh, I know that. I'm sorry. It's been a long morning.
Last night was crazy.
No worries.
He's
She
living
says,
with a
hope
giant
you're not
spider
getting into
now.
too
Lots
much
of shit's
trouble.
going on.
A big part of the money that we're giving Wilhelm is for him to keep you out of trouble. So hopefully last night wasn't too crazy. And she gives you another hug and then leaves.
And Holly's like, what?
Holly Reese mutters under her breath. She's like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna fucking kill him." And she's gonna she's gonna go to the Gralhund Villa next, and I want to cast alarm
Okay.
on the villa.
The alarm works. I believe it's a 20-foot by 20-foot square.
20-foot cube,
Yeah.
and I can choose a door, a window, or an area within range.
I believe to cast alarm, you didn't prepare it. You'd have to cast it as
No.
a ritual.
It's a ritual, yes.
So that'll take you. You'll kind of stand by the door for 10 minutes trying to cast this thing. Is that something you want to do?
Yes, it is.
You don't want to draw attention, though.
Okay.
Well, what about this? Do you tell us about this plan?
Yeah, I want to tell you guys about it because I
what
want
if-
everyone to be in the loop.
What about
And-
this? Oh, sorry, go on.
No, go for it.
Well, I was talking to the Halls of Justice, and they said if we can capture their nimble right, we could bring their fury down upon the entirety of the Gralhunds. So if you're able to designate it for the nimble right, we might be able to snag that and then get the big guns in here.
Okay,
I
so
believe
ahead.
the
Just an
way
idea.
alarm is worded is that it goes off whenever a tiny or larger creature touches or enters the warded area. What you can do is designate creatures that won't set off the alarm.
right.
You don't get to say it'll detect the nimble right. You can say it won't detect
Humans?
Like
humans.
us.
But I don't know if that's like
It's like Cerebro.
useful. It might just be worth
Well-
knowing just if someone
well,
comes in or out of the
Will
back.
you just have alarm bells going off in your head every time somebody walks through the door all day, or?
No, because I can say it's audible, so it would
So
be
then they'll be
physically
warned.
heard by everyone.
Yeah,
So
by the
basically
people
it's like
who
having
we
an
don't
alarm
want knowing
going
that
off
we've been tampering
now.
with their house. Like,
Yeah,
I don't.
I knew this is a new spell for you, Hannah. My advice would be to set it as a mental alarm and just give you a ding whenever the back door is opened.
I just don't know why we want them to hear our alarm.
Can
when
I set it? Can I set multiple alarms?
I think it's just the
Can we
one.
use it? We could use it as a distraction at some point.
Yeah.
Like if we have an actual plan in place, we
Um,
could then use it as a distraction later.
I think I'm going to say you can only do one alarm at a time. It'll work for 8 hours.
We can use it as here's an idea. Fen's gonna suggest that we use that as part of our escape plan, so that we can lure people away from the exit that we want to go to. How's
Fair
that?
enough. I just need 10 minutes to set the spell.
Where are you placing it?
Well, I think that she has to wait until we
Yeah.
decide.
We
Okay.
have to come together and make.
Then. Yeah,
a
we
plan.
have to come together and make that decision.
Okay.
So we'll hold off for now.
So we're going to wait. Then Fen, anything you are doing to scout things out?
Yeah. So I got 3 ideas. The first one I have to do just as fucking obligatory because it'd be irresponsible not to. I just want to check and see if there's a planar portal anywhere in that general direction.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
What is a planar portal?
I'm a planar warrior.
Yeah, he is a Horizon Walker Ranger.
Yeah.
Oh,
So if I
cool.
can find a planar portal, I can like walk through it. So if there
Yeah.
just so happens to be one in the place, I could get
Mhm.
in there for free. I doubt there will be, but it would be irresponsible not to check. So and I can do it for free. So I'm gonna check.
double checking. I believe no, but I am double checking super quickly.
And that's like got a crazy range. Like it's got like at least
It's a mile.
range.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
It would
Got
be irresponsible not to check.
Oh.
So I should just.
You
check.
can basically ping, like sonar ping the entirety of the city.
Yeah.
That might open some real weird things.
Which
cool.
I'm gonna say
down for
no.
that too.
There is not a planar portal in the villa.
Is there a
But I
planar
assume
portal
not.
in the city though?
Worth checking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it might
you
affect
get
anything.
you get a couple portals that go off at different buildings, like within the mile, but nothing near the villa.
It's clear to me that it's not
Very
there.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna first of all, I'm gonna make note of those. Just FYI,
Yep.
if we ever want to come back.
Hell yeah.
In a general direction.
For particularly for an escape route when we
to
scatter.
escape this entire plane of
Yeah,
existence.
something. I just want to be aware of where they are and shit like that. Yeah.
What was your second
okay.
plan?
Second plan is, so I don't know which order to look at these in because I don't want to go too far down either one before I start committing to it. But one of them is to potentially make use of my Mask of the Wild ability, which is to basically kind of sort of hide in plain sight if I'm even slightly obscured. Apparently, I can
like
attempt to
ghillie
hide.
suit style or
Exactly.
urban
Exactly.
camouflage.
And so what I'm seeing in this map here is a balcony.
Right now, oh yes, on the map. Let me stick y'all over
Second
here
floor.
for now. I was putting Holly at the villa, but if you're not casting the spell right now, don't worry about it. So if you're looking at the blueprint of the building, you
It's in the
see-
gates.
Huh?
It's inside the gates.
Yes. Yeah. There's
Yes.
there's a garden area that's noted, and then
Right.
there's a balcony there. Yep.
Right. So, but my idea, obviously, this would take some setup, but my idea would potentially be to like get in the gates somehow and to climb up in the balcony, maybe hide as a house plant for a little while. It's just, what I'm saying, and basically, I'm proposing this to my team that they're aware that I can do this for them. I can be
Yeah.
a plant there, and maybe someone can break in through the pantry, come upstairs, and let me in that way, or some shit like that. Okay.
What was the third idea?
Third one is Fen basically looks like a low class sort of minority, right?
You look like a drow.
He's treated as someone that people don't like, right?
Drows have a
So-
reputation of being slavers.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Exactly my point. So there's a servant's wing, right? I think the only thing that I can really offer to the situation is to potentially try to consort with some servants and see if I can get in good with them and maybe find out where they hang out, and maybe they can, give me
That's a
either
cool
some
idea, too.
intel or just a way to get in or something, whether they can actively help me or
Disgruntled.
passively help me.
I
disgruntled
dig
employee.
those ideas.
Yeah.
Let's say
Yeah.
by now everyone has reconvened. Everyone's kind of cornered up a block away, not near the building. So you all can share what you found so far with everyone and share your ideas. I think Fen, what Ali would say from her observation is that none of the servants of the villa are drow. But that's still an idea. Yeah. So now that you all know what you all have found out, let's give me
I
a
just
plan
want to
of
say that,
action.
like, my idea of that was not to assume that they were servants, but because, like, birds of a feather flock together, maybe I could, like, consort with them and get close. They wouldn't mistrust me because I'm
Oh god. I'd say
on the same social stratum as them.
I'd say based on the reaction. You remember when the lynch mob came after you in the dock wards?
So they hate me too.
The common citizens of Waterdeep don't love drow either. I
Even their
think
fucking servants hate me.
if I'm remembering correctly, Rolan and Holly accidentally stirred up a mob of anti-immigration sentiment that almost got you killed.
Did we do that?
Wait a minute. Are you
Remember
telling me that all
this?
these fucking servants are
This
Trumpists?
this was when this was during the treasure map hunting, when you found out that the drow were using that tavern as a front. You were going after the redheaded girl, and you were looking to get some allies against the fight with her. Ali reached out to her contacts there, and you were Roland. You were working with the guards. And then I forget the exact way it happened. I'm sure someone can go back and look at the
I don't
tape.
think it was because they were drows.
You kind of rallied a mob. It was because
I
of
can't
the increased drow activity in the dock wards.
I don't remember this.
All right,
I
well,
remember.
then-
I remember. I just don't remember those being the circumstances or the motives.
And once again, as per usual, Fen has basically nothing to offer. So he's gonna wait until someone needs him.
I kind
and
of
he's
like this
just gonna
plant
stand
idea.
there.
Not gonna
So
lie,
you
I
guys
kinda
know
like
that he
that.
has that ability, and if it fits into your plan,
Yeah.
Fen can do that. For
So
you.
you've spent the day observing. It's now the sun is. I'd say it's like a little after lunchtime. Maybe you grabbed a panini at a local cafe. Tell me your plan of action. Let's do this thing. What do you actually want to do?
I would reiterate to the group, like, yeah, if we can grab this nimble right, we can have a lot of enforcements, legal reinforcements.
I mean, that's fine. It's just we still have to get inside. We
Well,
don't even know if to keep him on the premises.
If we can find out where this nimble right goes and comes, because it leaves sometimes, we know that much.
Do we
It
know that it's in
probably
the house?
leaves
We
on
don't.
orders.
Well, that's the thing. Did we ever get my nimble right detector working?
No.
Because we talked about using my homunculus as the actual power source.
I thought we
Um,
did actually get it working.
No, the homunculus itself, you could take a day to try and figure out maybe how to do it, but it's not.
Sounds
working
like
right
shit's
now.
going down tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they didn't just scout that for nothing.
Yeah.
Don't we have the tournament tomorrow?
Yeah.
We got to do it tonight if we want to fight in the tournament tomorrow.
Well,
Yeah.
can Alu check with some of her contacts to see if any of them seen the Nimblewright?
Yeah.
Because you got a couple other Zents in the area, or if they've seen anything, maybe touch base with them.
Yeah, so that's, I guess, Alu, do you share that you're like, hey, these Gazers are here, these other Zents are here, and these Drow are here, so everyone knows about that?
Yeah, so Ollie would also send like a message to Davil to ask if he knows if there are people on roofs disguised as chimney sweeps as part of the crew that he has.
Yeah. At
Backup,
the
or if there are
about
other-
2 hours later, as you all are eating lunch and conversing, a flying snake comes into the cafe and drops a scroll.
When you say a flying snake, do you mean a coatl?
No, I mean,
Okay.
not like a coatl specifically, but a small flying snake.
Okay, I was about to lose my shit there as a
No,
DM.
no.
I was like, what does that
A
mean,
small
Cameron?
flying snake drops a roll of parchment that you unravel, and Davil says, he says, my team is on standby, but they are not observing. They are waiting for your confirmation. Whoever that is, it's not us.
Okay.
Hold on, Alu.
All right.
You said you saw Zentarum and Xanathar?
Yeah,
Just
well, we saw
even-
Zentarum, just not your Zentarum.
3 Gazers
Mm-hmm.
and Drow.
Yeah, we don't know who the Drow's affiliated with. I don't think.
Breaking
I
Deerth,
use my-
probably.
Can I use my sending crystal to alert Jallister that there are
Jallister
Zentarum?
doesn't have a sending crystal. Wilhelm has it. You can alert him, and he can pass a message on. The sending crystals are only for this team.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotcha. All right, so then I want to do that and just have Wilhelm know to alert Jallister that we found some Zentarum here at Gralhund, if he wants to take them in for questioning.
He says, understood.
Also, probably want to send. What are the red sashes?
They are a group. They were a group of freedom fighters that are now just kind of spies and like a little gang. They operate. You know them from the Dock Ward. They actually helped you against the Drow.
Yeah, they're anti-Drow.
They're not
They're-
anti-Drow. They helped
stuff
you.
going on in the Dock Ward.
Yeah. They're fighting with the Drow in the Dock Wards, with specifically Bregan Dareth. They're fighting with them for territory in the Dock Wards.
Right. So I think we can also send a message to them saying that there is Drow of interest in that house.
Yeah. You
Like-
said.
Might be beneficial for them to help us take them out.
Let's say you send that out at the same time you send the Zent message.
Are-
About an hour after the Zent message arrives, you get a response. Someone comes in wearing the red sash, comes into the cafe, sits down, and says, "We got your message. I think you should investigate, but the North Ward's not our territory." And then gives you a nod and heads out.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah. Are there actual Drow in this house, though?
Yeah,
There's one watching.
All right, kid.
there's at
They
least
are
one.
in
There's
a
one
house
watching,
across the street.
Okay.
We don't know who that is.
Say, I didn't want to lie to those guys
Aw.
and tell them we
What
got a bunch
about
of
it?
Drow in this house. Come hang out with us.
What do you all
Alright.
want to do now?
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, were rats. I want my little were rats to be a part of this. The gutter rats, specifically.
You sent out
I don't know if they work for us so
you
much
call
as-
Wilhelm, say if the gutter rats swing by the tavern to send them your way.
Yeah.
He says sure, he'll do that. They don't show up. It's, let's say you've been planning and discussing and eating and getting messages back and forth. It's now like 5 p.m. The were rats haven't shown up.
Okay.
If we're just kicking it all day, I will fiddle with that detector as we're
Sure.
kind of like staked out.
I wonder if there's a way to seal all the guards in their barracks. Like, not all of them, but like keep them from pulling reinforcements out of there.
Spev, give me an Arcana check.
I'd love to.
I'm gonna say DC 20, and you get to make one of these a day, and when you make 3 successful ones, you'll have fixed it with your homunculi.
Cool.
Nice. Also, I
Not
think
today.
that
I'm going to use my inspiration.
opportunity for you to be helpful.
Boo. Okay, cool.
You're still figuring it out. Alu,
Yeah.
what did you say?
I said I think there is an opportunity for Fen to be helpful.
Yeah.
How's that?
What's that?
You're sleeping.
How could he possibly be helpful?
Well, he looks like a drow. He has a spider like a drow. He's very drow-esque, and there are drow in the house observing across the street. He might be able to get in there and like find out some extra
But he doesn't.
shit.
Does he speak their language,
drow.
though?
He does now.
He speaks
little
a
bit.
little bit.
Do I by now?
And Alu, you do have the Hat of Disguise if the
He
two of you
hablos
want to
some
be...
Espanol.
Yeah,
Alu
he is-
speaks Undercommon if the two of you wanted to, go
Go in.
and...
Sleuthing.
Yeah, Holly Reese is on board with this idea.
It's a good idea. It just occurred to me now.
I mean,
Is that what
Don't
you all
listen to
want to do?
Rolan. He's all muscle. There's not a whole lot up there. I go with the idea.
I feel like
I
that's
can't help but feel that you're sending
before
Fen to his
we-
death.
Hey, man.
And both of you have killed him, and both of you are
Fen
agreeing
Is
on
the-
this.
Is the giant
Fen
spider
doesn't
with...
care.
Is the giant spider with you?
Important question.
I mean, we haven't determined that.
Yeah, I'm asking.
Bouncing back between lunch and like attack the space. But it could be.
How would
If
we
you wanna
hide
go
a
ahead-
giant
I
spider?
think Reggie could be with us.
We're not looking to like start a fight with the drow
Are
necessarily.
are we just having a giant spider hang out with us on the street in the middle of the day?
That's what I'm asking.
No.
Okay, it's at the tavern with Wilhelm.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, that's fine. Reggie's hanging out with Wilhelm. Okay, so yes, so what I am hearing is that you want to go to the house that you observed the drow in, and maybe do an intelligence gathering thing with them. Not picking a fight, but just trying to see what they know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Who
And
wants to
because,
go on this endeavor? Yeah, go ahead.
To my mind, we have Gazers, Drow, and Zentarum that are all not on our side, all observing this house.
Yep.
So kind of either taking out some of these things ahead of time or something so that when we're infiltrating, like these 3 factions are not like observing and then going,
What?
so we're gonna want to attack you as you leave because
Yeah,
you'll have the stone.
What if we did to them what they did to us?
Go
What do
on.
you mean?
We have at least three parties converging on this place, about to basically take it out, right?
Yeah.
But
Yep.
they're all going to find each other and doing the exact same thing. That's going to be absolute chaos. Why don't we let them fight it out and then follow them and take them out?
One of them might be successful, though.
Well, yeah, but even if they are successful, they've got to go back home, right? They waited for us to leave the Blackstaff's tower.
How would we know which one has the stone?
Whoever's left standing.
Well, what if they move
How
at
do we
different
know-
times?
How do we know the Nimblewright didn't take it? Or
Well,
how
then-
do we know?
I did have it. The question is, did he bring
No,
it?
I know,
Did he
but-
not?
Well, that's the thing. And then what if they're keeping it hidden somewhere?
Well, then
So what if they
we're in
don't
the same
find it?
position as we were if we went in with alongside everybody, except we didn't get our asses kicked.
Also,
Well, so Nate's idea is to ambush the ambushers.
Yeah.
What if we do that early?
Because we always do this. We always go in and do the work, and then we get our asses kicked on the way back out because someone was waiting for us.
that's true.
What
Fine,
about a
fine.
variation on that of like, we know the Drow's by himself, or we assume the Drow's by himself, we can knock one of these parties out and then leave two other ones that we have to deal with. Because like, we might be able to confront
This
the
is all
Drow
great
and take them out of the
brainstorming.
equation.
I need a decision made. Are you going to the Drow house?
I feel
Or-
like if we start there, we don't have to start a fight. We can maybe
Who is going to the Drow house?
me and Ian, me and
Okay.
Ben.
Clock
I'll
knows.
trail behind you guys.
I
Alu,
feel like having
are-
you guys area as
are-
backup.
are you using your hat
Yeah.
of disguise to be a Drow, I assume?
Yes.
Okay. I like
I'm
this.
putting on my new stealthy armor.
Yeah, okay. I'm all right with this if you can. Yeah, I keep forgetting you can look like a drow.
And Alu,
Alright.
you do speak Undercommon, and give me a
Yeah,
second.
so I'll be on standby with Sprocket.
So this is happening during the day, is what I'm assuming, and
Yeah, sure.
the ambushers plan can still happen.
Correct.
It'll just might happen later after you take this information. Then you can rediscuss and come up with your final plan. Okay.
I like it.
So
Holly Reeves is going to stay in the tavern.
yeah. I assume that Holly Rees, Rolan, and Spev are hanging back while Fen and Alu go. So you go to this house on this kind of catty corner from the villa.
I want to stay trail behind them a little bit. Like I'll stay in the alleys just to be close if something goes wrong, if I hear something go bad, but I'm not going in the building with them.
Sure. So to be like on the corner observing this, you would be at the villa.
Is there anywhere we can kind of like duck and kind of watch?
Yeah, if you're like half a block down at an alley, just like waiting for a signal or something. Is that kind of what you're trying to do?
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
Perfect.
So Fen and Alu, you come up to this house, and there is a front door. What do you want to do?
So I feel like we want to be like a little bit sly, but also like we're supposed to be here kind of thing.
Yeah, do you want to knock? Do you know any passwords or anything you might want to? Yeah, go ahead.
So I was gonna say, this is one of the questions. While Alu was up top observing, did she observe anybody go in or out, or anything that would give her a clue as to what?
No, not in this house.
Okay, just checking.
You'd probably have to call on your previous interactions with Breg and Dareth if you're trying to come up with like a password or something.
I don't think there were any passwords. We know what not to do, more than we know what to do, right?
Alu, you knock on the door, and you hear on the other side some shuffling, and then you hear where are you from?
So
Mesoberenzian.
I think we'd say
You're
like
not there.
Zambia, because we've got
What is that?
we're talking to the drow about. Oh wait, maybe that's a person. Might be wrong about that. Hold on.
If you want, you can give me history checks to get a little help with this.
Okay.
I think that means do a history check, sure.
Yeah, if your notes aren't helping.
I can do that. Give me a sec.
Means tense.
It's translating for you.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, yeah.
Very helpful. I do have good notes.
I remember for one of the Drow's cities being Mesoberenzian or something like that.
Alu, what you remember is when you were at the Yawning Portal and you got the little caskets, there was every message started with the phrase, from the bottom of Menzoberenzin to atop Luskin.
Yes, that. I have it in my notes, but not spelled correctly for sure. And I also have, or we saw, the note in Megan's pocket that said,
Megan.
yeah, that said something about the plans to throw the would-be treasure hunters off the trail, and it was signed Zarlaxle?
Jarlaxle, yeah.
Zarlaxle.
Alu wouldn't know who that character is. Nate might know out of character who that is.
Not metagaming.
But you wouldn't know who that person is.
But
yeah.
I might be able to pull that out and be like, we've got this thing. Give to you.
Well,
so Alu, you're saying the phrase?
Yeah.
You say that, and the door creaks open, and you are able to see. Let me reveal.
it's probably better that Fen didn't say anything because Drow are traditionally matriarchal.
Good to know.
Oh yeah.
You see two drow in this room. One of them has opened the door and ushers you both in.
Okay.
You're
So
over
I
here.
feel like at this point,
And then closes the door behind you and says, we're not due for another report until midnight. Is there something you need?
I think that so I feel like at this point, Alu would probably like mix in some of the truth of like our party being ready to hit the house without details about our party.
Other
Like,
parties are targeting the house at the same time.
yeah. I mean, like we, on the way here, we observed the Zentarum on the roof, or like we saw whatever. We probably wouldn't mention the gazers. She already knows that they know both about the gazers and the Zentarum because she saw that.
He says, I know. I sent a missive with Fen the last at noon that we had observed the Zentarum and the gazers. That's not new information to me.
Right. She didn't mention the gazers. She's just saying I saw them up on the roof.
Yeah.
But she's giving them new information, albeit not full or accurate information about our party hitting the house.
Gotcha. He says, well, we'll keep a lookout. Is there somewhere in particular we should be observing?
He's going to tell them the absolute worst possible point of the house.
Front
That-
gate.
Yeah, like the
They're
front
hanging out
gate barracks. Like
You
they've
think
got like
he says we did observe some new city watch. You think there's someone in disguise?
Yes, that's exactly what she's gonna say.
He puts his hand on your shoulder and says, "Thank you. I mean, we hadn't been observing them." And then he walks deeper in the room and he says, "Oh, I know you have to report back, but can I get you anything to eat? I mean, we've got the rest of the crew up on the second floor, ready to go." But he kind of walks over. There's some like cheese and wine on a desk. It's kind of littered with papers. He says, "Is there anything?"
Ollie would probably say, "Nah, we're good. We're gonna head back, check in. We just wanted to share this pertinent information with you."
He says, "I appreciate it." Alu and Fen, while you're looking around, you can make a perception check. Give me a perception check each.
Damn. Nice.
18.
Yeah, I see that one. I'm waiting for. Okay. Alu, with an 18, here is what you notice. You see the two drow with you. You hear what you think are a group of maybe 10 more. The floor above you and, other rooms and stuff. You just hear a decent number. You're also able to, you see some papers kind of carelessly strewn about on this table that this person is at. So you see that there's a note that is directed to Jarlaxle, and it says, but on the envelope, it says Feneris Stormcastle. So that's a name to note. Yeah, there's two Fens apparently. And then you also see a directive signed by Jarlaxle Bairn, and let me put the names in the chat super quick. This is a directive. It's signed by Jarlaxle Banner, and it says that the team is to keep watch on the Gralhund Villa and seize any opportunity to take possession of the Stone of Golorr. It requires that updates are sent twice daily via Feneris Stormcastle, and some named Krebig has been instructed to pick up messages from Feneris twice a day for the duration of the Gralhund operation.
Good.
So that's what you're given.
Nice.
Helpful.
I think I have some more precise wording, but then I think with your disguises and knowing the password, I'm not making you make a deception check or anything.
Before we leave, also,
yes,
we would ask about if they noted the nimble ray, basically something to the effect of, Be on the lookout for the Nimblewright. It does damage.
It explodes.
The drow says, he snorts and he says, I mean, do you know who I don't know if you know who you're addressing. My name's Felrecht Lafine. I should be doing a French accent this whole time, shouldn't I? I am
Please.
Felrecht Lafine.
That's okay. You can. You don't have to do that.
Or Kate.
Yes, we have seen the Nimblewright. It came here 1 night ago, and it has not left the building since.
I'm delighted.
Cameron gets all of his French information from fucking Candle from Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Oh, Lumiere.
I think the
Lumiere.
only good French accent is a stereotypical French accent. You at that you two can leave, regroup with the others, and I think we're gonna call it soon. But I wanted to, what's the plan now? What are we doing? You've got
How
new
do we
information.
feel about ambush the ambushers?
I like ambushing the ambushers. I'm concerned about not getting the Stone of Golorr as a result. However, I also think that because we know that the Nimblewright is in the
House. That lends more credence to Sprocket's deal.
Yeah, we can send word to
order the gauntlet.
Yes, thank you.
So yeah.
Birds.
So you all post up to observe, to ambush the ambushers. It goes late into the night. It is now around 11 p.m. at night. You're keeping a watch. Holly, did you ever put an alarm spell anywhere?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's okay.
We don't know yet. We got to make a plan.
Well, that's is your plan time. I'm asking.
Well, I think probably put a silent one on that back area that we observed would be like the sneaky way
Okay.
in and out of the manor.
Yeah.
So that like we have like that locked down. Because
Absolutely.
the only other option is basically the front gate or somehow.
Nobody has like a locate object spell, right?
No.
I don't think so.
I know it's a little above our pay grade, but we have no way of knowing where.
Hold on. I think
Look at my
I
actual spell
do,
list.
but I don't have it prepared.
That's fine. So while you're doing that, you are all observing that like entrance from the south side somewhere nearby.
Locate object spell.
You do?
I do, but it's not prepared.
Okay.
Fuck. Well, no. Okay.
I've got your tokens over here so you can see, but you're not physically there. You're somewhere south of this. Around
magic.
11 p.m., Holly, your detect alarm goes off. It goes off a couple times during the day, but you are able to make a visual confirmation and see like that it's a servant or something.
It's go time.
Around 11 p.m., you see it goes off, and when you go to look, a group of what looks like to be 9 men getting ready to enter around the back door.
Okay.
I recognize one of those.
Oh, there's a sentence I don't like to hear.
I am going to, we're going to call this a session here, and everyone's going to roll initiative, and we'll see what you all do next time.
Holy shit.
We want to make
Well, we
sure
don't have to. We know Fenn's going to go first.
guys posting up that we send that message to Davil's folk as well. We know they're standing by.
Yes.
We're gonna send that message.
Yeah.
Prepare. Time is nigh.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to call this a session here. We'll have you all roll initiative at the beginning of the next one. And we'll see what happens in the Gralhund Villa next time. Thanks for playing with us, everyone.
It'll be a shit show.
Bye.
Get a big round.
Bye.
Love you.
This is gonna go well.